pleased with the effort. The execution has to get a whole lot better. We got a lot of work to do and a lot of things to clean up. But that's good news. We can fix that. If you don't come with energy and effort, then you don't have a chance.
You have no shortage of quarterbacks out there. What's your observation of that group at this point?
There was a lot of good and bad today, some of both. And we're just on the front end of what might be a long race for that position. And so we're not in any big hurry to necessarily say who's the guy or who even the top 3 guys are. But we'll look at the tape and make some evaluations based off of what we saw, at least on one day.
What are you looking for your number 1, 2, and 3 guys? What's your
at quarterback?
Yeah.
Well, number 1, a guy that's got the right intangibles, a guy that's tough and competitive, and he's got the that thing that when he steps into the huddle, everybody goes, yeah, that's our guy. That's the number 1 thing. Secondly, we want a guy that can throw the football accurately. And then beyond that, we'd love to have a guy that's athletic enough that we can run the football with him some. But that's not at the top of the list. We want a guy who's going to take command of the offense first, be our leader. Secondly, a guy who can throw the ball and complete balls, throw catchable balls consistently, and then lastly, a guy who's athletic enough to make something happen with his feet.
You have 3 players that are all over 6'4" at that position. Was that on purpose or just kind of the way it worked out with those guys specifically?
Well, I think it's always good to have big guys, regardless of the position. I think that's one of our advantages here at BYU is that we have a big team, and that shouldn't stop at the quarterback.
You saw last year how important depth is at the quarterback position. Are you confident in the depth that you have at that position?
We have a lot of guys there.
A lot of motion in your offense. We saw that would carry over from your time at LSU. Is that something you've had for a long time?
It's something that I believed in for a long time. My first Division I job was at Boise State in 2000, and we were a big shift and motion team there and played with multiple tight ends, and that's something that I've always believed in. Certainly last year with Matt Canada at LSU, that was a big part of our offense there as well, and so I picked up some other things there that we'll utilize as well. But shifting and motioning is something that can disguise what you want to do and just gives the defense a little bit more to think about before the ball snapped.
As far as dividing the reps between quarterbacks, is there a plan of action for that, or see how it goes, or is it going to tighten up? Yeah,
right now these first couple days we'll give a lot of guys a lot of reps, but pretty soon we'll begin narrowing that down and focusing on the guys who do better. And it's no different than any other position. The guy who practices best at left guard today will get more reps the next day. And so it's something that's flexible and somewhat fluid, but it'll change day by day.
What were your impressions of your offensive staff in this setting today?
Great. Really, really pleased with the way those guys kind of built their groups to this point. And there was very little that I had to do in terms of pushing guys for effort and standing behind the line and breaking the huddle the right way. The small things were there, and so pleased with the preparation that was done to this point, and really pleased with those guys in terms of their energy and command of the offense and their group.
Talk about where the offensive line, you mentioned left guard, but talk about what you're seeing from your offensive line.
Too early to say. I mean, we're in a practice without pads, and all you can really evaluate with an offensive lineman without pads on is whether he knows what to do or not. So too early to say much on that right now.
With your skills positions, does it seem like you have a lot of options and depth in those positions?
Yeah, I think so. And kind of like the quarterback position, we have a lot of people who I think are fairly similar, and I think that's a good thing. There's no one person that's any more important than anybody else on our offense, and we'll leave anybody behind if they're not willing to jump in and row the same direction as everybody else. And the great news is competition makes everyone better.
What is
limited exposure with them prior to this point, mainly just in walkthrough settings, and I think that gave us a chance to come out and practice the right way. What you saw today, though, what I saw today was a lot of guys who played a little bit differently when we called it practice, and there were guys actually over there that they had to block, and guys who were trying to press receivers and run them out of bounds, and so there was a little bit of difference when it was actually practice. And so I'm interested to watch film and see who rose to the occasion and who kind of faded with the competition.
Butch mentioned the theme is to win every day for the offense.
Say that again.
To win every day. Can you discuss how that came about? Just how you hope that helps offense?
Well, I think you got to look at, you get 15 spring practices. That's not a lot. And I think you have to come out here every day with the mindset that you're going to get better and that you're going to take a competitive philosophy to each practice. If you don't do that, you find yourself at the back looking forward.